everybody, Jason here from Ghostbusters News, and over the last year, we have really seen a rise, not only in quantity, but quality when it comes to fan-made, unofficial Ghostbusters action figures and toys. And to me, some of the best releases, they have come from Phantasm Toys. And if you subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube, you certainly already know about Phantasm, as we featured a dozen or so of their items over the last year, including their smaller pack and accessory size figures known as Crypt Creepers, to their recently launched and a bit more ambitious Class 10 assortment, which includes one of my favorite toys released this year, the Ghostbusters 2 inspired Terror Tub, as well as the Slime Ball, which I, along with many fans, consider to be the best Slimer action figure ever made. Now, given that we have reviewed so many collectibles from Phantasm Toys, as well covered news and impending releases, it goes without saying that Ghostbusters News and Phantasm, we've collaborated a couple of times. And this included earlier this year teasing an action figure of the Ghostbusters News logo mascot. But today, I am finally done with all the teasing because here it is. And I wish I had recorded my actual unboxing of this figure, as rest assured, my jaw hit the floor. Because having this in hand, I mean, it blew all my expectations away. And I mean this with no disrespect, but when it comes to fan-made, unofficial toys, a lot of the times they're pretty easy to spot as being a fan-made item. But Phantasm Toys, they are continuing to blur that line with that Terror Tub, with Slimer, and now with this Ghostbusters News logo action figure, because to me, this looks like it came right out of a Target toy aisle. I love it. I should also do a quick mention here that if this ever materializes into something that, you can actually buy yourself, my original conversations with Phantasm Toys regarding this figure, we kind of thought it would be like 5 or 6 inches in height. So to all my fellow toy collectors out there, think of this one as like a 1.5 or a 2-up. And I guess up until this point, I've just been calling him the Ghostbusters News mascot. Well, much like Moogly, the Ghostbusters No Ghost logo, this guy, he does have a name, which is Hector, or his full name, Hector G. Spector, with that G standing for Gross, a nod to Michael Gross, creator of the original No Ghost logo. Now again, I really feel like over the past year, we have seen such a huge shift when it comes to fan-made toys. And this figure here, it really shows off just how far Phantasm Toys they've come. Like at one point, all they were releasing was their Crypt Creepers, which are these smaller size pack-in ghosts, which while I do love because they certainly scratch a retro itch, they're stagnant with absolutely no articulation. Now looking at old Hector here, between his main body and the 2 included accessory pieces, which are his glasses and a Ghostbusters News microphone, he's made up of 10 individual pieces. And given that he does include some decent articulation. The head, it can turn from side to side, the arms, they move up and down, and you can also rotate the wrists. Looking at the sculpting detail, the face, I think it's incredible. Like, there's so much life here that it almost gives me like a Disney Pixar vibe. I especially love the gloss paint used inside his mouth, the pink tongue, which is a separate piece, and of course I already mentioned these, the glasses, which really help complete the look. And as I said, they are an accessory piece, so yes, they are removable. When it comes to the design of our logo, a lot of people, they've kind of said that it looks a lot like the Muppets newscaster, which, yeah, you know what, there definitely was some inspiration there. But to me, I've always thought he's a dead ringer for Groundhog Day actor Stephen Tobolowsky. Bing! 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 Looking at his body here, to make him slightly more toyetic, the colors of his suit, they've been changed a little bit. Kind of simplified with a tan striped coat and eye-catching purple details found on both the tie and buttons. There is also the included Ghostbusters News GBN microphone, which in similar fashion to those glasses, it can be removed. You can take it right out of his hand. But to me, I like keeping it in his hand because it's giving me flashbacks to the old WWF LJN Mean Gene Okerlund action figure. In fact, I feel like he should be conducting interviews with some of my other Ghostbusters toys and collectibles.
I'm talking about the former Intercontinental Champion of the World and Randy
Savage. Means nothing.
talking about all the way to the top, yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the cream will rise to the top. The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Lastly, we've got his lower half, which sees him sitting on his small tail. At one point, Ghostbusters News, Phantasm Toys, we were discussing about giving him legs. But if you're gonna make a ghost, you might as well have some fun with it, right? And I think that just about does it for our look at the Ghostbusters News Hector G. Spectre logo mascot action figure. Phantasm Toys, I want to thank you so much for sending this along. I mean, this is, even though it's not, an official Ghostbusters collectible, this is my favorite Ghostbusters collectible now I have in my collection. It means so much to me. I love this. Now, if you'd like to add a similar style figure into your collection, I'm only really going to say this once, let Phantasm Toys know. Tag them on social media. We got their social media handles down below in this video's description. If you click the link through social media to get to this video, go back to that link and comment on that post. And heck, while you're here on YouTube, comment down below and let Phantasm Toys know that you want your very own action figure of Hector, of the Ghostbusters News logo. Now with that said, I'm gonna go and find a place for him here in the collection and probably stare at him then for like another couple hours or so. Yeah, I can't stop looking at him again. He's so great. He looks so good. And that's all I've got for you for this one. As always, subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is also down below in this video's description. And we will see you right back here next time.
Chills up your spine, your senses don't deceive you. Call up the guys who are ready to believe you. The number's 555-2368. But before you call, let's get something straight. What do you do when the ghost has been busted? Is it the source universally trusted? If you got a case of Ghostbuster blues, the cure for sure is Ghostbusters News. Jason's the guy who's doing the heavy lifting. Through rumors and gossip, he does all of the sifting. Reporting and sorting, only the truth he is dishing. 'Cause he himself is a fool.